Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel, but definitely welcome back because it has been a hot minute since I've uploaded any content on my channel. So if you're new here or if you didn't know, I had a baby recently, now 2 months ago. He literally turned 2 months yesterday, which is just insane. These 2 months have gone by super fast, but also it feels like I had him forever ago. It's just like a really weird concept of time once you become a parent, I feel like. And it's not just because I'm tired, it's literally just, I don't know, I feel like it just comes with the territory. But basically I haven't uploaded since June, so that was 4 months ago. And I mean, we're already almost in November now, so literally we're going on 5 months of me not recording anything. And I did try. So while we're kind of just doing the exterior of this house, I will eventually get into what we're building today, but I just really need to catch you guys up to speed on my life because obviously having a kid, it's my first kid with my husband, it's our first kid together. It's just a huge deal and it just changes everything and makes life hard, or harder than it already is, but it's so rewarding and there's just lots that go into it. But yeah, basically my son was born in August and we're now coming up at the end of October, which is just crazy. I had seen a meme, I think, on Instagram, maybe it was sometime in September, and it said something like, okay, so September lasted 2 hours, and I related with that so hard. I was like, September literally just went by in a flash, and I think for us it was mostly just because we became new parents and we were just adjusting to our son and getting to know him and figuring out his needs and things like that. And it's just been a wild ride ever since, honestly, and things are forever changing. Like literally every single day is different. Things are getting a little bit more predictable and all that good stuff now that he's, kind of falling into a routine a little bit. But 2 months of not knowing what the hell is going on makes time just feel so irrelevant. It's just really weird, and I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. If any of you have kids, I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. And even if you don't have children and you're trying to understand what I'm saying, you just literally will never know until it happens to you. But anyway, I used to upload once a week. I couldn't even freaking tell you. I think I used to upload on Mondays. I'm like, it's been so long since I've done anything on this channel. I almost don't even really remember what it's like to film or anything. But I used to upload once a week, and I fell off of that a little bit toward the end of, I don't even want to say just in June, but just like earlier on in the year, I kind of fell off that schedule a little bit, but I'd say I was still pretty good about uploading once a week. It would just not always be on Mondays. And probably in the last, I'd say since I've been gone the last 4 months, I have struggled creating content. And I did have some builds that were pretty much ready to go up, at least on the gallery. And this was probably about like a month or so before my son was born. I had probably like 3 builds, but the actual recordings of them weren't my favorite. I didn't feel super passionate about these builds, and there was just a lot going into it. Also mentally, I was just starting to get into that nesting mode. My husband and I moved right around that same time, about 2-ish months before our son was born. And so there was just a lot going on, behind the scenes basically. And I was still working full time. I was getting ready for maternity leave and all that good stuff. So my life has just felt very chaotic recently. And I feel like I just need to explain that, because when you look at someone's content and you see, the last build was uploaded 4 months ago, and then now it's just kind of like, okay, you have some explaining to do. And even if I felt like I didn't owe anyone an explanation, I still want to talk about it because I'm excited to be a mom. I've always wanted to be a mom, and having this channel has also always been a dream of mine, but obviously when life hits you, sometimes it hits you really hard. So us moving, me losing motivation for building a little bit, kind of all happened at once. And a lot has changed in The Sims since I've been here. We have curved walls now, which I never thought would happen. We have some new packs, we have new kits, we have a ton of free content. Now The Sims 4 is free. Okay, whatever. I've spent plenty of money. I know there's like another meme out there that's like, or it's like a video I think I saw on TikTok, but I'm sure there's plenty of content based around this topic, but it's just like, oh, the Sims 4 base game is free now after I've spent $1,000 on the Sims 4, which I definitely haven't. I don't even know if that's quite possible, but yeah, I've put a lot of money into this gaming experience, and now it's free, which I think is good. It kind of gets I mean, as if The Sims wasn't already like out there, like the word wasn't already out there, but I feel like a lot of people, even if they've never played The Sims, they know exactly what The Sims is. But it's kind of nice, I guess. It kind of gives people the opportunity to get their hands on it and figure out, okay, I love this, and then from there they'll buy more content, because as good as the base game is with all these, you know, little updates and The Sims deliveries and all that stuff, you know, I feel like it'll just eventually not sucker people in, but like kind of. I can't think of like a better term for it, but I'm assuming you guys know what I mean. But yeah, there's just been a lot of changes to The Sims, so that was another reason why I felt like I just kind of lost motivation building and all of that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm really in the mood to just start nesting, get this house and my son's room and just everything ready, mentally prepare myself and spend time with my husband and spend time with family before, you know, this big forever changing life event happens. So now I'm here, and yeah, it's crazy. And I'm so happy to be back because, like I said, I built probably, I'd say like 2 or 3 houses right before my son was born that I wasn't passionate about. And then since he's been born, I've tried building. I built like the floor plan and basically like the bones of a house, and then decided I don't like it anymore. And then I was almost completely done building a house and then decided I don't like it anymore. I don't want to share this. And I just deleted it, bulldozed it rather. And then I got inspired because it's fall and the weather is actually starting to get cool here in California, which is really nice. So I was really in the fall mood, and last year I believe I did a fall build, or I did at least a few fall builds because that was when I was posting consistently. So I think I did 4 fall related builds. Maybe one was like Halloween related or something. But anyway, today's build, finally getting into it minutes later, we are building a fall home. And as you can see, this is a very cool toned kitchen, but I do tie in, I feel like, some warmer wood tones in here, especially with the kitchen kind of sharing a space with the dining room as well. So I feel like I tried to tie in lots of warm colors here, but I just felt like the white cabinets and essentially the countertops are almost white. They're like that cream color kind of. I felt like it worked well. I tied it in with the warm wood flooring, the warm, you know, textures, the woods and things like that, the brownish wicker on those chairs. I think those chairs are from, Cats and Dogs, I think. I don't even know. It's, again, been a long time since I've really like built in The Sims, so I haven't really been touching much in the game, so this feels so foreign to me. It feels so weird sitting here and doing a voiceover right now. But basically throughout the rest of the home, everything is very warm toned. Even the master bedroom is very warm toned. But I will say that I was thinking this build would be perfect for a family of 4. Of course, there's seating for 6, but I always try to think about, maybe this family invites the neighbors over for dinner every now and then, or the kids have some friends over doing homework with them, things like that. I think very realistically about my builds, if you didn't already know that, which honestly, I think more times than not is a curse and not so much of a blessing, because it makes builds harder for me because I sit here forever and dwell on the little details, and it's ridiculous because it's The Sims and it's just insane. But anyway, that is besides the point. So what I was going to say was I was thinking this would be perfect for a family of 4. And so the 2 kids' bedrooms, I was thinking that the more masculine bedroom would be perfect for a teen sim, and then there is a more feminine bedroom that would be really perfect if ideally we had preteens in The Sims, which we don't. There is a mod for that. I mean, there might be more than one mod, but I'm specifically aware of one specific mod that allows for preteens to be an age group in The Sims. And I just thought it would be perfect for that because I wanted to do at first like a really not kiddie kind of bedroom, but like a very girly, cutesy, princessy kind of bedroom. But then as I was putting it together, that's not my building style or like my decorative style, so it was kind of hard for me to do that. So it ends up looking kind of like a teen bedroom, but still kind of kiddie. So then in the end, I was like, well, it would be perfect for a preteen, so we can just pretend. So I'm thinking that if I were to place a family here, I would probably have there be 2 parents, a teen boy, and like a child girl sim, but pretend that she's a preteen. She's young and she's getting close to that teen birthday, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, throughout the rest of the house, though, other than the 2 kids' bedrooms, I did do all warm tones. I believe the bathrooms are a little bit on like the cooler tone side of things, but I feel like that's not a big deal because those are separate rooms and all that. But basically, this house consists of 3 bedrooms. There's this little den downstairs where I kind of like turn it into like an office / study area, sort of. So I was thinking maybe one of the parents works from home or has the option to work from home, or maybe they're a writer. I really didn't think too much about it other than I just thought it would be kind of fancy, kind of nice to have just like this little den off of the living room. My grandparents used to have a similar situation at their house, and I thought it was really charming, so I wanted to do that. And I feel like the outside of this home just in general is a very, very charming. It is across the street from the Goth family house, so we are building in Willow Creek. Like I said, I'm so rusty. That's usually one of the first things I say. I usually describe the build and tell you where I'm building and how expensive it is. I don't have any of that information for you guys other than that I bulldozed whatever house was here before, and it's right across the street from the Goth family, and they're one of my favorite families, and I felt it was only right to build a fall style home across the street from their home because their house, in my opinion, is not like, it doesn't look like a haunted house, but like it kind of does, you know what I mean? So I felt that it, fit in. So that would be a really good idea though. Like maybe renovating the Goth family house for Halloween. I don't know. We'll see if I get around to it. Halloween is literally this weekend, or next week. Is it on a Monday? I think it's on Monday. Damn, I still need to buy candy. Where we live, there's actually like a lot of kids now. Where we lived before we moved, there were no kids on our street. And now where we live, there's a ton of kids. So I'm gonna have to get some candy. And I will say, I will not be bummed if not as many kids come here as I think, because then that just means that I can eat the candy. So anyway, we're getting off topic here. So yes, the house is very fall, very warm, as well as the outside. The outside is white, if you didn't already notice, but I used the cottage living shutter windows, or the windows with the shutters, and I used the more like greenish toned shutters. There's like 2 different shades or swatches of those windows, and they look so stinking similar to each other, but one is definitely more green and the other is more of like a bluish, has like a bluish hue to it. So anyway, I did find a picture on Pinterest for the inspiration of this build, and then it just went from there. And surprisingly, I did not have a hard time doing the floor plan. So in hindsight, I wish that I would have actually included me building the floor plan in the recording itself, but I just wasn't sure how long it was going to take me. I typically tend to struggle with the layouts because, again, I think way too realistically about my builds, and I try to just be so realistic to the point where I just have all this weird random dead space and I don't know what to do with it. And then a lot of the times I bulldoze a lot that I've been working on for, an hour and a half sometimes. But fortunately, that didn't happen this time, and I was really proud of myself. And honestly, there weren't many things that I went back and changed later. If you guys are, familiar with my channel and my videos and kind of like my build style, there's a lot of times that I've mentioned in some builds where I'm like, okay, so this is how this room looks now, but you'll notice it looks different in the screenshots. I don't think there's anything like that happened, except the only thing I will say that I did forget to film was decorating a little bit of like the backyard area. So I believe I recorded everything in the actual backyard, like the grassy kind of area, but then there's like this little like side patio kind of situation in the backyard that I completely forgot to record. Maybe there was one other little detail that I forgot to record. Oh, it was the master bedroom. I can't remember if it started in the bathroom or in the bedroom, but I basically started decorating and furnishing the bedroom and then realized probably only 2 or 3 minutes into building, or furnishing rather, that I wasn't recording. So I believe those are the only 2 things that are really missing. And then in the master bathroom, I didn't end up placing any curtains, which when I was playtesting here earlier today, that really bothered me, but I did not want to redo any of the screenshots. So yeah, if this build is missing anything in my opinion, it is some curtains in the master bathroom, and then maybe like one more picture frame or some kind of wall decor item in like the hallway upstairs that leads to all the bedrooms and the one bathroom. But other than that, I was very impressed with my first build back on the channel because, again, I felt super rusty, and I feel like if I was someone from an outside perspective watching this build, I would not at all think that this person felt rusty building this. So I definitely take pride in this build a lot, and it was purely all just inspo from like, the fall weather in general, and also the picture that I found on Pinterest. But anyway, we are in the master bathroom or bedroom, and then we hop into the bathroom. And I will say this is a very, very, very awkward shaped bathroom. So it is a bit of a weird layout. You'll see I kind of struggle with the layout here just a tad. I do end up adding another wall right here between the shower. Well, actually I get rid of that shower. I end up placing, you'll see, but I end up basically building like a wall in between the shower, where the shower ends up being, and some counters with a sink. And again, when I think so realistically about how a master bathroom should be, it should be that the master bathroom should have 2 sinks. So something that bugged me was the fact that I could only fit 1 sink here. I could have put another sink here just for the looks of it, but we all know your Sims aren't going to fit right there. And then again, in real life, you wouldn't want to be standing that close to your bathtub when you're washing your hands or washing your face in the morning. Like, no thank you. So we just have that counter there for some clutter, and we just love a nice little cluttered bathroom, a little cluttered build. It makes everything look nice and lived in, and hey, it's realistic too, so it's still kind of a win. But anyway, we're now hopping into, like I said, what I imagine would be the preteens bedroom. And like I said, I wanted to make it kind of princessy, kind of cutesy, very feminine, and I'm using some of the items from the high school years expansion pack. like, it's weird because I haven't had to say that out loud yet because obviously I've been MIA for 4 months, but I have used this pack quite a bit. Actually, one of the builds that I had at some point, I think I built it maybe a month ago, or maybe it was even 2 months ago. I can't remember if my son was born when I built it or not, but I had built this whole house. It was super cute. I built it in whatever the name of that town is, or whatever the name of that world is. I'm like, oh my god, you guys, I like don't even remember the Sims terminology, but I can't remember the name of that world, but I built it there. It was really cute and I played in it a lot. I really liked it, and then I just couldn't figure out like what it was that was bugging me about that build. I was just like, I don't know, I don't feel good about it. I don't want to share it. So I bulldozed it, and it was a perfectly functioning house, okay? So anyway, I haven't really touched much else of that pack, so I wanted to incorporate that in this build and talk about it a little bit. I really do like the different styles in that world, or in that expansion pack rather. The clothes are really cute that came with it. I think the clothes really come in handy for teens, obviously. I mean, that's kind of what that pack is geared toward. And then also, I think a lot of the clothes would work really well too for like young adult Sims, Sims that are in college, at university and whatnot. So I wanted to utilize a lot of that here. I believe we do end up using, actually, I'm trying to think. I feel like we actually don't use any of the high school years expansion pack items in the teen bedroom. Maybe we do. I really don't think we do. Oh, maybe like a poster or two, but other than that, no real furniture from that pack except maybe the bookshelf, because that bookshelf, I can't think of where it's from. It has to be, because I feel like this bookshelf is rather new for me. But anyway, I feel like I'm just like totally rambling. I love the mixture of colors that I use in this bedroom, though. A lot of the times when I have, say for example, this bed from the Tiny Stuff pack, I believe it is, or Tiny Living pack, I don't even know. Pretty sure it's from Tiny Living. That bed, I feel like whenever I use that bed, I have to use the matching dresser and the matching side table and the matching bookcase. And this time I just felt really confident mixing the wood tones. I did get pretty good practice downstairs in like the living space and stuff, mixing different packs and different wood tones, and I feel like it all worked out really well, because again, I was trying to go for like, more of a fall feel, so I want everything to be more warm, because naturally that just makes sense, right? But I did mix in some cool tones, but overall I think it all works out really well. Everything's pretty cohesive, so it kind of flowed upstairs into the Sims bedroom as well. And I don't know, as a kid growing up, not all of my furniture matched, at least, especially like once I became a teenager, I definitely had mismatched furniture and whatnot. So I feel like it's only realistic, and you guys know I love realistic stuff in my builds. So it only is, on brand for me. But other than that though, I didn't really think too heavily about what these Sims and this family would be into. You know what I just realized? I did completely cut out all of the footage of the backyard, didn't I? I feel like I did. I feel like I didn't see it, but then again, I was kind of rambling in the beginning of the video. You guys, I don't even know. I kind of have like mom brain, but anyway, we are coming up on the screenshots. I want to thank you guys so much for your patience. If you are, if you've been watching my builds over the past year plus, I mean, we're coming up on 2 years of my channel early next year. Thank you so much. And just in general, thank you for coming across this build and having the patience to sit through and watch this whole thing, even after my rant and all of that. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much, and I hope that you guys are enjoying fall. If it is fall where you live, it's fall where I live, and that's why I built this. But now I'm just rambling again, and it's late and I need to go to bed, because I feel like my son is gonna wake me up pretty much at any point now. But anyway, thank you guys so much again, and stick around for probably next week's build. I'm gonna try to get another build out next week. We will see. But anyway, I will be back on the channel at some point, I promise.